A very good morning to all of you, class 8. Welcome back to this recorded class. Today we will complete the lesson, the Summit Within. We started this lesson yesterday, and the learning outcome is to help student understand and develop the ability to understand difficult situation in their life. Now this lesson is based on the expedition Mount the expedition of in Mount Everest, which was held in 1965. This was the third attempt and the first successful attempt by Indian team to climb Mount Everest. So this lesson is written by one of the team members in the expedition who was a part of this team. His name is HPS Ahluwalia, and he was a member of the first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest in 1965. We've covered this part. Then we did some I explained certain part of the lesson yesterday. Today I will do the remaining part of explanation, and then we will discuss the question answers also. There will be a certain part of working with language which I would want all of you to do it yourself. So let us get back to the lesson. Till here we have read, here the author shares his experience of climbing Mount Everest. What were his emotions? What did he feel? What did he experience? What are the challenges they faced? And he tells us that it is a team effort and how they're dependent on each other, right? And they take inspiration from each other, and they motivate each other, because they reach a time when they get very tired, they're physically very tired, and they regret having started this whole journey at all. And at those times they draw inspiration from each other. This is what we read in the last paragraph, which we read here. The last paragraph was about this. And before this, need for adventure, why people do this adventurous activities, and why was he drawn to mountaineering. So let us resume from here, looking around from summit. So this is where we will start today. Looking round from the summit, you tell yourself that it was worthwhile. Other silvery peaks appeared through the clouds. If you're lucky, the sun may be on them. The surrounding peaks look like a jeweled necklace around the neck of your summit. Below you see vast valleys sloping into distance. It is a ennobling, enriching experience to just look down from the summit of a mountain. You bow down and make your obeisance to whichever god you worship. Here, in this particular paragraph, the author is talking about once they reach the peak, once they reach the summit, what do they see? What kind of a scenery they experience? What kind of a emotion they have? They said that once you reach the summit, you will if you're lucky, you will see the other peaks around you, and they will look like a necklace around the neck of your summit. That means all around you will see that peak, because summit is the top of any mountain or a hill, like I explained yesterday. So when you reach the highest peak, and when you look down, you will see the peak of everything which is lower than that summit. So that's why it says that below you see vast valleys sloping into distance. So here that author is describing the view from the top. It is an ennobling. Ennobling means it would be it comes from the word noble. So it is the word to describe a rewarding experience. Okay, it a rewarding experience, enriching experience to look down from the summit of a mountain. That means all that hardship, all that struggle, and all that pain is worthwhile. It is, you are getting the reward of all that struggle you have faced. You bow down and make your obeisance to whichever god. That means you bow down and you show your respect, okay, to God, to whichever god you worship. That means once you reach the summit, you become humble, you become small in front of the nature, and then you show your respect and show your gratitude to whichever god you worship. I left on Everest a picture of Guru Nanak. Rawat left a picture of Goddess Durga. Pudorji left a relic of the Buddha. Edmund Hillary had buried a cross under a crane in the snow. These are not symbols of conquest but of reverence. So here the author says that all of them, they left something on the summit. Like he left picture of Guru Nanak, and one of his team member left picture of Goddess Durga, and one Sherpa, he left a relic of Buddha. Edmund Hillary had buried a cross. So these are not symbol of conquest. It does not show that you have conquered this place, and it does not when they put those things there, it does not show their conquest, but it shows reverence. Reverence means faith, devotion. Okay, so it is a symbol of devotion and faith. The experience of having climbed to the summit changes you completely. The author says that it changes you completely. There is another summit. It is within yourself. It is in your mind. Each man carries within himself his own mountain peak. He must climb it to reach to a fuller knowledge of himself. It is fearful and unscalable. It cannot be climbed by anyone else. You yourself have to do it. The physical act of climbing to the summit of a mountain outside is akin to the act of climbing the mountain within. The effect of both the climbs are same, whether the mountain you climb is physical or emotional or spiritual. The climb will certainly change you. It teaches you about the world and about yourself. So in this paragraph, the author tells us that every human being, now he is talking about that leaving the physical climbing of the Mount Everest. He's saying that there is a summit within each of one of us, and which no one else can climb. We have to make that climb. We have to reach that peak, and once we reach that peak, it is very difficult. We all have the maximum. We have the we don't know our limit, how good I can be, how good I can be in something, how fearless I can be, how courageous I can be. We don't know that. So here the author says that there is a summit within all of us, and we should climb that. It is fearful, unscalable, but it cannot be climbed by anyone else. He says that no one else can do that for you. You have to explore your potential. You have to explore your capabilities. You have to challenge your limit. You have to stretch your limit. That is what the author is trying to tell us here. And the author says that effect of both the climbs are same, whether you climb the physical mountain or you climb the summit within you. The effect is same. It changes you both physical or it brings a emotional and a spiritual change in you. It teaches you about the world and about yourself. It gives you more knowledge about it. That is what the author is telling you, that when you try to climb your own summit, the summit which is within you, you will know more about yourself. You will learn more about yourself. You will understand your fears. You will overcome your fears. You will defeat your the challenges which you have. I venture to think that my experience as an Everester has provided me with the inspiration to face life's ordeals resolutely. Climbing the mountain was a worthwhile experience. The conquest of the internal summit is equally worthwhile. The internal summits are perhaps higher than Everest. So in this end, the author says that climbing Mount Everest was definitely a very rewarding experience for him. And but he says that it has helped him not only physically, he understood how much physically can he take, how much physical challenges he can face, but then here he's talking about how much emotional and how much as a person, how much can he bring a change in himself. That is what he's trying to say. And he says that conquest of the internal summit, the internal summits are perhaps higher than mountain. He says that the summit which is within us, it is more higher and more challenging and more difficult and more, but it is much more but it is much more rewarding. That is what the author tells us at the end. Now let us discuss this question answer. Standing on the Everest, the writer was jubilant and sad. Choose the right item. Okay. Emotion that grips him was one of the humility and sense of smallness. Remember, when he went there, when he saw the mountains around him, it is humility and sense of smallness. He felt so small in front of the nature. The summit of the mind refers to the fuller knowledge of oneself. Okay, this is the right option. Summit of the mind, that means fuller knowledge of yourself. Here the author, towards the end of the lesson, the author is telling the readers to climb the summit of the mind, climb their summit within themselves. What are the three qualities that played a major role in author's climb? I have marked few words here. Reverence, I think it is in the first paragraph. I think yes, endurance, persistence and willpower. These were the three qualities. Why is adventure, which is risky, also pleasurable? You will find your answers in second part of the second paragraph, I think. It takes man takes delight in overcoming obstacles, right? So you will have to elaborate this point. What was it about Mount Everest that the author found irresistible? I have it here. About Mount Everest, what did he find? It is the mightiest. It is the here. Why Mount Everest? That is what the author asked. Why Mount Everest? I cannot get back to it right now, but then there is a sentence which says it is the mightiest, it is the highest. That is the answer. Okay, why Mount Everest? Why Mount Everest? It is the highest, it is the mightiest. That was the answer. So I want you all to find that out from the passage. Then next question is, one does not climb to not do to climb it for fame. What does he do it for? This one, you can say that one does not climb the Mount Everest only for the achievement, but it is for spiritual satisfaction, emotional and spiritual satisfaction, and to fulfill the urge of adventure. He becomes conscious in a special manner of his own smallness in this large universe. This awareness defines an emotion mentioned in the first paragraph, which is in emotion, it is humility. What were the symbols of reverence left by the Everesters? This is all marked here. He left Guru Nanak's picture of goddess, so this would be the answer. What, according to writer, did his experience as an Everester taught him? It taught him about himself and about his own challenges. Okay, it's about himself. This is what you will have to write. Now write a sentence again each of these statements. Your sentence should explain the statement. This is one given. The experience changed you completely. One who has been to the mountains is never the same again. Man takes delight in overcoming obstacles. This one is the obstacles in climbing a mountains are physical. A climb to a summit is a test of endurance and willpower. It is a challenge that is difficult to resist. This is the line. Mountains are nature at its best. Everest is the highest. Mountains are its best. Number 3. Oh, sorry. Let me just find this out. Not that one. Give me a minute. Okay, this is number 1, 2, 3, 4 of mountain takes a delight in overcoming obstacles. Mountains are nature at its best. I have underlined few lines here from the lesson, but if you feel that there are more appropriate line, then you are free to write that, okay, in your answers. Like the physical conquest of the mountains is really spiritual experience. Mountains are a means of communion with God. But if you feel that in the lesson there are better lines which can express these sentences, then please write that. Then you'll have to use this sentences, choose the suitable phrases from the given those given in the box, and complete the sentences. I don't think it will be difficult for any one of you. Please do this. And here you have to form noun forms of the words using. You'll have to use this suffix: endure, endurance, persistence, significance, confidence, maintenance. So I want all of you to please write this, okay? You can refer to a dictionary also, and then you will have to match the following with the words are here, meanings they have, match it, and here you use it in a sentence. Now this one is words. If you find it difficult, please refer to the dictionary. These words which are in column A, you will have to use it here. Okay, you will have to use it here. So children, this would bring us to the end of the lesson. In case of any doubt, any confusion, please ask me in the next live class. Remind me of if you have any question in this lesson. Thank you.